went to bleeding races, 'twas on the 9th of June, 1862 on a summer's afternoon. I took the bus to Bamberley's and she was heavy laden. Away we went along Collingwood Street, that's on the road to bleeding.
You're watching TOON Army TV. Welcome to the channel. This is the Sheffield United versus Newcastle United match preview down at Bramall Lane. It's a 6 o'clock kickoff live on the TV in the Premier League. This is the biggest game of the season if you're a TOON fan watching this. Most notably a big game for Sheffield United as well to try and get the first win of their Premier League season for 2020-2021. So there's a lot at stake on Tuesday night. Now, just before I jump into the preview, if you're a first-time viewer, could you please subscribe to the channel if I could ask you kindly? I'm trying to get to 3,500 subscribers. I'm less than 20 subscribers away now, and your support recently has been absolutely amazing. In the past couple of weeks, I think we've gained something like 20, 30 subscribers, the most the channel has ever gained in a long time. And if you could continue to push that subscribe button, then we will get to 3,500. So 20 away. Please help us out. Hit the like button so the video does get out to more people around the world. And be sure to put your comments down below and follow me on TOON Army TV, Instagram and Twitter. So looking at both sides, Newcastle and Sheffield United, I do like to compare both sides. So we'll start off by looking at the Premier League table. So Newcastle United are currently 15th in the Premier League on 19 points. 8 points clear of Fulham. Fulham do have a couple of games in hand. However, we can't rely on the teams at the bottom. We are currently on bad form. We haven't won in 7 games, and I would be lying to you if I wasn't worried. I am worried going into this game on Tuesday night. It's huge, and 3 points would definitely go a long way into trying to rescue our season in terms of getting away from the relegation zone. Looking at our opponents, Sheffield United, they're currently rock bottom of the Premier League on 20 points. They only have 2 points to their name. No win all season as mentioned. Their only win coming the other day in the FA Cup. So they will be looking to try and get all 3 points on Tuesday. They're at home and we are not in good form. They've won a game, so they'll be full of confidence. And you can't really take away how bad Sheffield United have been this season. They've had one of the worst starts in their history. One of the worst starts, I believe, in Premier League history now. And they could set an unwanted record of only picking up so many points to what Derby picked up in the 2007 and 8 season when they only picked up 11 points. Do I believe they can pick up more than 11 points? Of course they can. They just need to try and get on a good run of form, and hopefully that doesn't start on Tuesday night. So looking at the last game for both clubs, Newcastle, we went away to Arsenal at the Emirates in the FA Cup and lost 2-0 after extra time. Listen, I don't want to dwell on that game too much. We're out the FA Cup. It's what the club want, is the remit of staying in the Premier League. Arsenal, listen, they've got the quality. They were always going to pick one off at some point, but it wasn't for the want of trying. There was effort from the lads going into the game, despite Steve Bruce going, with the 4 at the back or 5 at the back, whatever way you want to say it. There was chances there in the second half where Andy Carroll just didn't take them, and certain decisions didn't go our way. And going into extra time, well, the lads tired out, and Arsenal had the quality to see the game out 2-0, and good luck to them going into the 4th round, and we just have to continue on in the Premier League. As for Sheffield United, well, they beat Bristol Rovers of League One 3-2. It was actually a good game to watch from the highlights that I seen on the BBC. Bristol Rovers went into that game with no fear, and they literally pulled no punches, and Bristol Rovers nearly actually pulled off the impossible by beating the winless Sheffield United. The Premier League side managed to get, the 3-2 win. And as mentioned before, it's a bit of confidence for them going into the game on Tuesday night. And a win always does go a long way in terms of, the spirit around the side. But they know that the bigger picture now is to try and win games in the Premier League. So form-wise, Sheffield United not doing so well in the Premier League, but have turned it around and they've stopped the rot of defeats. So looking at the injuries and suspensions for both Newcastle and Sheffield United. So Newcastle, ASM is a question mark. He is now back in the UK. He is training with the side, I believe. However, he is not available to be starting games. The doctor needs to give the Newcastle United team the green light in order to be available for selection. So he will be missing on Tuesday night. Who knows? He may be available, but from the outside looking in, it doesn't look good for ASM, and he will be missing for at least a couple of weeks. But if we can get him back a bit quicker, then that would be good. This would be the ideal game for ASM, where you get a lot of the ball and you could easily torment the Sheffield United back three. Jamal Lascelles is a question mark. Yes, he did play against Arsenal for 45 minutes, however was taken off due to fatigue of having COVID, and I do wish the captain a speedy recovery. Do we think he'll start against Sheffield United? It's a possibility, however I wouldn't risk him. I would maybe start him off the bench. The three centre-backs who have been deputising in his absence have actually played quite well. They've looked solid, so I don't think it would be right for Jamal Lascelles to walk in to the side, captain or not. Looking at Sheffield United, well, they only have one player missing, and that is Jack O'Connell. He will be out. But if there's any Sheffield United fans watching, if there's anyone else who is missing for the game, please let me know down below in the comments section. So looking at the formations for both Newcastle and Sheffield United, so how Steve Bruce and Chris Wilder will set up for the game most likely on Tuesday night. So starting off with Steve Bruce and my club Newcastle. Steve Bruce likes to go with the 5-4-1 formation, the wing-back system, which I absolutely despise. It's not the formation that's right for us. We don't have players that can do two jobs at once, especially out on the wing. They're not exactly quick, but then again, crossing into the box is a real problem, and would spend a lot of the time just sitting back deep and not getting forward. We're terrible in the final third, but I do believe if Steve Bruce plays a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-4-2, then we give ourselves a better chance of winning the game, a chance of getting shots off at the goalkeeper, because that's something that we've struggled with since Steve Bruce has been at the club. Getting shots off at the keeper. You could say a little bit with Rafa as well, but listen, Rafa had a better idea of how to organise a side. So far with Newcastle, it's just basically punt up front and hope for the best, and that's not how Newcastle should be going about it. Against Sheffield United, ideally, I want to see a 4-4-2. Newcastle should be getting out and having a go against clubs of Sheffield United's struggles, where they're bottom of the league and we need the 3 points. Sheffield United, on the other hand, they play a 3-5-2 formation, so 3 at the back, 5 in midfield and 2 up front. It did work for Chris Wilder last season, however this season I believe they need to change it. It's not working. Sheffield United have been found out, and it's been proven where they are in the league. The fact that they haven't scored enough goals either, and that's been a real concern for them. And with playing 3 at the back, I don't believe they've got the quickest centre-backs. So maybe by Sheffield United going into the January window, looking at some centre-backs, and even changing the formation, if that can't be the case of buying new players in, then try changing it and see what happens for the second part of the season. You just never know. It might be the change that's needed to boost morale of Sheffield United and to push them on for the remainder of the season. They may just get more points, but I do believe that 3-5-2 does not work for them, and that's my personal opinion. So looking at players to watch for both sides, looking at Newcastle, Callum Wilson will be the main threat if you're a Sheffield United fan watching this. He has 8 goals so far this season. He's had a decent start. He would be looking for more goals if it wasn't for injuries and not getting the service that he deserves. But that's just the way we've been set up in terms of 5 at the back and not really working the keeper as much. But Callum Wilson is our go-to man for goals. He likes to peel off the last defender. He's a bit of a fox in the box as well. He's a bit of a poacher from set pieces, so corners, free kicks. So be careful for him on Tuesday night. And I know you play 3 at the back as well. So if you don't mark up, then you will, get chances, and you will be looking for double figures for the season. Next up, Almiron, not had the best season in a black and white shirt, has scored 1 goal in the Premier League, and that was against West Brom. Against Arsenal last game out, he was okay. He wasn't the worst player on the pitch, but we need to see him a lot more, in the middle. But I know Steve Bruce will play him out wide on the right-hand side, which doesn't work. However, he does need the service, and if he gets it, then he is a threat. He does like to pick up the ball and drive at the defence, so expect that on Tuesday night. Matty Longstaff has been brilliant. He's been a breath of fresh air. He brings a lot of energy into the midfield. I mean, he will not only put in tackles, but he will get forward. He likes to drive, to the defence and make chances happen, and you're going to have to watch out for him on Tuesday night. Matt Ritchie as well, from that left-hand side. He was a real threat for us against Arsenal. Our sort of glimpse of light of trying to, make something happen in that second half, and if if he's given the space, if he cuts in, then there's a chance, that he could potentially score on Tuesday night, if not make a goal for the likes of Almiron, Matty Longstaff, or even Callum Wilson. Looking at Sheffield United, so starting off with McGoldrick, he's got 5 goals for Sheffield United this season. He's not the paciest, but he is one of those players who will peel off the last man, and he's decent from set pieces, corners, free kicks. He's good with headed finishes, so our defence need to be switched on whichever way Steve Bruce goes about it. Ollie McBurney, he's only got 1 goal for Sheffield United this season, will be looking for more, not had the season that he had maybe last season. There's some Sheffield United fans that don't rate him because of his work rate, but the way we've been going about games, he may have that chance, and we can't take any risks when Ollie McBurney is on the ball. Billy Sharp, he's been around the grounds, he's been around the divisions, we know about him. An older type striker who be no strangers to Newcastle United's defence. He will put himself around the box and be looking to try and create some chances. He's got 1 goal for Sheffield United this season, and I believe Sheffield United's record signing Sander Berge from midfield, he's got 1 goal for them this season. Maybe looking for more. Maybe he's not had the season that he wanted. He was classed as the next best thing in the Premier League in terms of midfielder, but yet to see the best of what he can bring to the side. No doubt he's going to be a threat on Tuesday night. So we're going to look at the starting 11 for the game on Tuesday night. If you're a Newcastle fan watching this, I'm actually going to go with a 4-4-2 formation. I would like to go 4-2-3-1, but I don't think Steve Bruce will go with that. I could be wrong. I don't want to see 5 at the back. I just want to see the back 4 midfield and 2 up front to give ourselves the best chance of getting all 3 points on Tuesday, because anything less for me would be a disaster. So let's start off in goal. Karl Darlow. I believe he should start this game on Tuesday. Dubravka was playing against Arsenal, played quite well. However, Darlow is undroppable at this moment in time. He got a rest for the Arsenal game, rightly so, for the season he's had so far. And Darlow could easily get a move to another club if the form continues, because he's proven what a good goalkeeper he has been. He's been a rock solid brick wall. So the back 4, Dummett would be my left back. My right back would be DeAndre Yedlin. Now the 2 centre backs would be Federico Fernandez and Kieran Clark. You would say, well, where is Fabian Schär? I wouldn't mind bringing him on in the second half, see where the game's at. In terms of the left mid position, Matt Ritchie. Right mid, Almiron. Yes, I'd like to see him in the cam role as a number 10. However, Steve Bruce likes to play him out wide on the right, and I don't think that's going to change as much. And the reason why I put Almiron on the right-hand side is because I want to put these 2 midfielders in the side, and that is Matty Longstaff and Isaac Hayden. Matty, because he brings a lot of energy into the side, quite positive lad. Isaac Hayden likes to protect the back 4, and he will also try and make things happen in terms of getting the ball up front. In terms of the 2 up front, Andy Carroll, you're going to say, where's Dwight Gale? I'm going to put Andy in because I believe the last couple of games he's been quite good. Against Leicester, he gave us a bit of hope with the volleyed finish. Against Arsenal, yes, he did miss some big chances. However, he looks energised. He looks like he wants to be part of the side. He wants to try and score goals. And why not give him an hour, see what he can do. If he doesn't get a goal, then maybe replace him with Dwight Gale. And up front, Callum Wilson, who was rested against Arsenal. He'll be full of energy and raring to go. So that is my side for the game against Sheffield United. Now, in terms of a score prediction, I'm going to say 2-1 Newcastle. We need to go down to Bramall Lane and look for the 3 points. This is our biggest game now of the 2020-2021 season. If we do not beat Sheffield United, then you wonder where the next win's coming from. The run of form is quite worrying. 7 games without a win. It's not looking good, is it? It's the biggest game of Steve Bruce's managerial career, and that has not been over the top. He knows now that he's got to win this game. If he doesn't win, then for me, it's a sackable offence. It's as simple as that. If we can't beat Sheffield United, then you just wonder who are Newcastle United theoretically going to beat. Realistically. You just can't see it, can you? There's no time for excuses. Well, roll your sleeves up and whatnot. I don't want to see 5 at the back. I want to see that positive 4-4-2 or 4-2-3-1. Something that's going to give us the best chance. Because we know how bad Sheffield United have been. And I can't excuse how bad we've been either. But we have got more points. And I don't want to class it, like I say, as a relegation 6-pointer, because it's not. We are 17 points clear of Sheffield United. But then if you look at where Fulham are, this is a huge game, because Fulham win a couple of games and we lose this one, then it could be very interesting. And we can't rely on the teams below us. We work on what we can control, and that is the football on the field and get the 3 points. And like I say, anything less than 3 points would be a real disaster. Yes, Sheffield United isn't the best of places to go at times in terms of, result. And we're playing a side who themselves are looking for all 3 points. I do expect a very high intensity game for both sides. I expect Sheffield United to, be full of energy, round to go. Their confidence will be high. So I'm not going to underestimate them anyway, but there should be, enough about our squad to be getting that win on Tuesday night. But let me know down below in the comments, how would you set up? Do you agree or disagree with my starting 11? Let me know, like I say, in the comment section. Give me your starting 11s. Let me know your score predictions as well. And I will be on John Sinclair's watch along as well on YouTube, so make sure you subscribe to him. I'll leave a link down below in the description of this video to his YouTube channel. Give him a subscription. He's trying to get to 200 subscribers. I think he's less than 20 away now, so please support him, and me and him will be chatting along for the Sheffield United game at BRAMALL. So check in on his channel from about 5:30 on Tuesday. And don't forget to subscribe to my own channel as well, TOON TV, and try and get us to 3,500 subscribers, less than 20 away. Hit the thumbs up as well, so more people find out about the video. Turn on the notification bell, because if you don't, you'll never find out when a video is going to be released on this channel. So thank you so much for your continued support. Let's keep the faith. Let's stay positive for a good result on Tuesday night. And in the meantime, make sure you're keeping yourselves safe out there in these difficult times. And remember, talk to others and get that exercise in as well. So thank you so much. Take care, and how are the lads?